hauling freight across the state line. Watching Bargy's logo start to shine.
G'day, Bargy crew. Hope you're having a fantastic day today and your family's happy and healthy. We're going to take a look at the Volvo VNR. That's the electric truck. But before we do, let's do a few notifications. Number one, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It's free. Really does help me out. I really would appreciate it. And it helps me keep providing these free videos for you. Also, if you like the video, give me the thumbs up. If not, give me the thumbs down. Let me know what I did wrong, and I'll see if I can improve next time. So, yes, we're going to take a look at the VNR, the electric Volvo. I'm going to give you my honest opinions, what I think it's like in-game and what I think it would be like in real life. I've never driven one in real life. I've driven one in the game just to check it out. And we're going to get a job, and I'll show you one of the glaring... They've done it, made it very realistic in some ways. And I'll show you what I mean now. All right, so let's do this. We'll go to jobs. Now, if you want to get to the VNR, you can't buy it in any of the truck dealers because it's not available as a standalone truck at the moment. It has to be accessed through quick jobs. And this is where they've made it extremely realistic, and I'll show you why. All right, so I was going to try and get a job in Chicago so that we could check out Illinois as well. But let's see if we can. Last time I checked, there was nothing there at the moment. No, there's nothing there. So we'll just go for the Volvo anywhere on the map. And as you can see here, we've got the first one is 181 yards, right? Now what we'll do is I'll jump forward a bit and we'll go through. Okay, the next one here, 143. Again, I'm going to keep going and just, the reason I'm doing this, bear with me. I'll explain why this is 149. Let's keep going. Okay, 154, 166, 172. These are the distances, all right? 177, 179, 183. Well, we're getting close to what I want to show you. In fact, that might have been it. No, wait on. 183, 183. Am I going back and forth here? No, I'm not. Okay. 191. Okay. That will probably be the last job you'll find. Let's keep going. I'm going to quickly go through. So as you can see, 191 miles is the longest job you can get with the VNR. And that is because their range is around about 200 miles to 250 miles, depending on the battery pack that you have in there. Because you can get a 6-pack battery pack or a 4-pack battery pack in the Volvo VNR. So as you can see, they've kept it realistic because that's the longest distance you can go on a full charge is about 200 miles. All right, so let's go back to where that last one was, if I can find it, and then we'll jump in the truck and we'll show you. Where was it? What are we at? 194. I should have. There it is. 191. Okay. Where is that one? Where is it going from? It's down in Mexico. Oh, of all places. Okay. Well, we'll take it because it's the longest job. Well, actually, no. Let's take a different one because I don't want to do it in Mexico because it's a bit of a hassle. I want to shine as positive a light as I can on the truck. All right. Where are we going? Okay. We'll take that one. It's up in Ontario. Okay. We'll take the job. And I'll show you what I mean. So there's one of the glaring problems that I find with this truck is that the distances that it can travel are very minimal on a full charge. Now, just to clarify, so that I know this might be boring for some people, but what I've done is I've done a bit of investigating and had a look at it compared to a VNL, which is a diesel-powered Volvo. Now, a diesel-powered, let me just turn that off. The diesel-powered VNL on a full tank, right, where are we? Let me just check something here. I'll put it all up on this page. The range on a VNL full tank is anywhere between 1,500 to 2,500, depending on the fuel tank size. And you can get anywhere between a 200 to 300 gallon tank configuration. We're going to go and work it on 250 gallons, so it's in between, and therefore you'd get around about 2,000 miles for the tank, okay, for a tank. Now, that means that on one tank you can travel without having to stop 2,000 miles. All right, we're clear on that? So in a VNL, you can travel 2,000 miles without stopping to refuel. So 2,000 miles, so it could be 1,000 mile drop and then 1,000 miles back, and you wouldn't have to fill up. But with a VNR, to do the same trip, you would have to recharge at least 8 times. Okay, remember that. You'd have to recharge at least 8 times, and each time you recharge, it's going to take you, where are we? Where did they say what it would take? About 90 minutes each time to recharge to 80%. So you're not getting a full charge after 90 minutes. And that's on a 250 kilowatt charge station. So you'd have to stop at least 8 times, and every time you stop, you'd have to stop for over an hour and a half to recharge. Okay, so you're adding at least 12 hours to your trip in a VNR. So they're only useful for short trips. Let's be clear on that. They're only useful for short trips. So if you had a 200-mile trip, you could grab your load, go to your 200-mile trip depot, drop it off, hoping that they have a recharge station at the new the depot where you're dropping off. So while you're waiting for them to unload you, you could be recharging. Because if not, you'd be stuck, basically. So one of the reasons why I don't like the electric trucks is those problems that you face right now. Okay, now, this is a VNR I'm talking about. I'm not saying all electric trucks are the same, but the VNR, you would have to stop at least 8 to 9, maybe 10 times for the same trip where you don't have to stop at all in a VNL. All right, so that's clear. All right, now let's start the truck, and you have a listen to the truck when I start it. I don't even know if it's started. I don't think it has. Hang on. That's the problem. There we go. It started. I couldn't tell if it was started because it's just silent. All right. So it is 2-speed. It has a reverse. It has low and low high. Any other gear doesn't work. Okay. So you have low and low high. Low, obviously, that's for when you're taking off with a heavy load, or you can take off in low high. I'm not sure what the weight of this load is. Let's have a look. It is 10 tons, so we should be right in low high. Let's jump outside the truck so you can have a look at what it looks like. There it is there. It's a day cab, this one. And so far, I've only been able to find day cabs in it. But as you can see, it's quite it's a nice looking truck. Nothing fancy. Personally, it's not my cup of tea, but there you go. Right, jump back in the cab. Now, again, it is running. Right, I've got the clutch in, so you do have a clutch on. Not sure if you have a clutch in the actual cab. Let's have a look. I can't really tell. Should remove the steering wheel. I don't think they have a clutch in real life, but I'm using a clutch in their game. So off we go. And this is one of the things, again, that I don't like about it. It sounds like a vacuum cleaner, as you can hear. And as far as... Oh, yeah, the brakes are a little bit iffy, but that's just the game. You can have a look at the cab. The cab's quite stylish. I mean, it's well appointed and all that stuff for a day cab. I don't like the fact that I can't change gears, but again, that's my preference. I prefer a manual truck. And off we go. I don't know if you can hear my cat meowing in the background. Why have we got the mirrors up? Get rid of them. Okay.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Oops, I'm speeding. Oops. Now, it does has
Turn right.
tremendous torque. I'll give it that. You can feel the power. So that's another bonus. But again, the things that I don't like is the sound. Sound of a vacuum cleaner while you're driving. It drives me mad. And the fact that you're only going to get sub 200 mile jobs in game. I mean, you might get a little bit further in real life, but then you'd have to recharge for an hour and a half. So glaring problems as far as I'm concerned, being a long haul trucker. Oh, and the cost, I worked out the cost. It works out about $60 cheaper than running a diesel over the same distance. If I'm talking about the 2,000 mile plus job. It would work out about $60 cheaper in electricity than diesel
Keep left.
for the
and
same
then
distance,
turn left.
if you understand what I mean.
Turn left.
Oh, I shouldn't have stopped there. I'm across the railway track, I think. Oh well. Again, this is just for demonstration purposes. Hopefully I'm not over the track. No, I'm not. Good. It's not that long a trailer. So yeah, again, if you look at the interior, it's quite nice. I like it. Seats are well appointed, all that stuff. If it was in real life, I'd be happy with the interior. The exterior, again, let's have a quick look. The exterior is average. I mean, it doesn't look that great. I don't like the Volvos that much. Again, that's just a personal opinion. Let's get going. And again, I just don't like how quiet it is. I can't hear any engine noise. I like the engine noise. I like the vibration of the diesels.
Keep left.
Yeah, I'm old school, so that's probably why. Oh, yeah, those brakes definitely need adjusting. Yeah, I think it's on regenerative, or whatever you want to call it, braking at the moment, where you will get up to 15% back to the battery. But again, you still have to stop after probably 200 miles and recharge for an hour and a half. Are we turning here or next? Alright, so, and I mean, if you don't like the roar of a diesel and all that stuff, you probably love the sound of this. If you're used to probably European trucks, because they're very quiet. Wondering. Okay, so the Jake brake switch that you would use in a diesel normally is obviously the regenerative braking system, because there is a click there, and I can feel a bit more drag on the truck when I use that. So there you go. Your Jake brake is a regenerative, and if you look down the bottom here, when it goes into the blue, when I switch it, obviously that's regenerating charge back into the batteries. So use your Jake brake to increase your charge and the length of your range. But
Keep left.
my honest opinion is I will never drive this truck except for when I'm doing, a video like this to show you what the truck's like, because I don't like it. It's too boring. I like to have something that's interesting to drive so that I don't fall asleep. And it's just not my cup of tea. I'm not knocking electric in as much as it's got its purposes, but I don't think for long haul trucking at the moment that it's anywhere near what it should be. Not only that, again, in game there are very few areas where you can recharge these trucks. In fact, I haven't come across one on any of the trips that I've done. In all the fuel stops that I've seen, I've pulled in to double check that if there is a a charge station in any of them. So far, there's been none. Hopefully, they'll get added to the game now that the VNR is in here. Although I'm not really particularly worried because, like I say, I don't think I'll be driving it that much. Snoozeville. But, yeah, I mean, it's a truck. That's it. It's a basic truck, but it's electric. There's nothing that I can really say is special about it. If I've missed something, please, people, tell me. Like, if you're an electric truck fan, tell me the bonuses of having an electric truck, because so far I really can't see it. And if you're going to tell me that it's friendly for the environment, I call BS. I'm not going to go into that, but you can check that yourself, because the pollutions that you emit from diesel, as opposed to the pollutions that are created from making the battery packs, etc., on an electric truck, you're really not saving the planet. Okay, so let's be totally honest about that. There is no great benefit to the environment by driving an electric truck. My opinion.
Keep left, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Oh, purple police car. Obviously a graphical area there. Yeah, I just don't like... I mean, that sounds like my home vacuum that I use to vacuum my studio here. It sounds exactly the same. And I hate the sound of the vacuum. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah, it's a bit of a pain to the ears. But again, it might be somebody's favourite truck. Like I say, it's got great torque. Yeah, and there's no doubt about that as far as electric over diesel. Well, actually, I haven't really investigated that, whether or not it does have that much more torque, but I would guess it would, especially off the mark. But again, because it doesn't have the long range, you might be able to do some heavy haulage, but you're not going to be doing long haulage on it unless you're prepared to stop and wait. Now, whether or not they do that realistically in game will be another thing. If it's going to take you that long to recharge, you know what I mean? In game time. So to keep it real, I would suspect that they'd have to do that. If they're going to bullshit and make it look like you can do it within 5 minutes in game, then they're just doing that to try and make the truck look good. But as far as I'm concerned, if they're going to make it that you have to recharge in game, that they should make it the 90 minutes that you actually have to do in real life, but not, you know what I mean, in game time. So whatever that would work out to be 3 minutes in real life in game. Yeah, you know what I mean. Whoops, I'm speeding. Got carried away there.
Go straight on.
Now, the fuel tanks, or the fuel gauge, I should say, will show you it's showing it in gallons on my Trucky gauge. It's showing just the normal level on the SCS.
You don't have to go through the weighing procedure.
Bypass bit. It's showing just the normal fuel gauge on the SCS gauge. So you're really not seeing what wattage or whatever it may be left, amps or whatever. Again, I'm not real clued up on electric trucks and whether it's wattage or amps that they measure it by.
Go straight on.
But it's there. That will show you. And again, if we come across a fuel station, if we already have and I've missed it, I apologise. But if I see one, I'll try and stop in there before we finish and see if there's a recharge there and see if we can recharge. And if we can, being that we're at about just over half a tank, probably a quarter of a tank. What are we looking at? Yeah, just over half a tank, or half a charge. We'll see how long it takes to charge it if we come across one. I really highly doubt that we will. You have to look at the truck again. Hopefully it didn't crash. I just don't know how quiet it is. It'll be interesting to see once it is a standalone trucking game where you can buy it from the garage, if or the truck dealer, I should say, if you're going to be able to modify it in any way, and whether or not you can swap and change the 4 or 6 pack battery. Because I'm guessing that these are the 4 pack ones because of the distance that
Keep
it's
right,
allowing you to travel.
and then continue straight on.
And I'm like I say, it'd be interesting to see what sort of range you get with the 6 pack. We're just about... Oh, there's a fuel station. Okay, sorry. Let's see if we can get across there. Yes, we can. All right. Let's see if it's got a charge station.
Never mind. I'll find a
Interesting to
new
see.
route.
Do we have any charge stations here? It doesn't
Get
look like
ready
it.
to turn right.
See, this is the problem. Like I say, I went to every service centre and fuel station that I could find on all the trips that I've done to see if there was a charge station, and unfortunately, so far, I haven't found one. And again, if I'm missing something, let me know, people. I'm checking out the back here, see if there's one out the back. Nope. Nothing across the road, no. I wonder... No, there's nothing lighting up there, is there?
Get
No.
ready to turn left.
Let me just
Turn
fly,
left.
just in case I'm missing. I want to be perfectly clear that I'm doing my best job to find it. Nope, nothing here. So if we needed to recharge right now, we'd be in trouble. There's nothing here.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
All right, so yes, tell me what your opinion is of the VNR, if you've driven it already, or if you want to drive it, if you think it's something that you'd like to drive. Again, like I say, to each their own, right? Their own. Horses for courses, all that type of stuff. I mean, if you like the truck, good on you. I mean, you know, there's trucks that I love that people can't stand. And there's trucks that I don't like that people love. So, I mean, it's all up to personal preference. Like I say, in real life, I'd never drive one of these because of the distance that you can't travel. they're short trip, short hauls. I'm guessing you could do heavy haul. Again, depending on what are we looking at first, kilowatts. So six battery configuration. Oh, that's just your kilowatt hours. I was looking for actual horsepower. What are they claiming horsepower is? I can't see it. I'm trying to read the web page as well as look at where I'm driving. I'll check it all out when we get there. We're not far away from dropping off, so we shall do that in a tick, and I'll tell you what sort of horsepower they're supposed to have, or claimed horsepower. That's probably the best way to put it. And again, I mean, really, the horsepower is not that important. It's more the torque for weights, you know, for heavy haulage. And like I say, they do seem to have tremendous torque. So therefore, I think they'd be good for heavy haulage, but short haulage. Sorry if I'm waffling on. I'm just trying to give my opinion. So what do we got? 2 minutes in real life to the drop-off, and then we'll, like I say, we'll have a look at all the specs compared to the VNL. Now, I know people say, well, it's unfair to compare it to the VNL because that's you can put different configuration diesel engines into it, but I'll try and do it as close to the same specs, if you know what I mean, so you can sort of see what the differences would be if you were using electric over diesel, but roughly the same horsepower, same
Keep
torque, all that
right.
stuff.
And then exit right.
The main differences that you'll find
Exit right.
if they were the same torque, same horsepower, so they'd basically be able to pull the same weights and all that stuff. The main differences would be the range and the cost. Like I say, it is slightly cheaper at the moment with electric, and again, it is only slightly cheaper over a distance.
Turn left.
Although, I mean, $60 is still $60, so... But that's what I worked it out. I worked out the average price of diesel in the US at the moment for the same distance, it was 250, I think I worked out, gallons, as opposed to the charging for the electric if I had to do it 8 times. And it worked out $1,600 for the electric, and for the diesel worked out at $1,660. Whoop, there's another fuel stop here. Is it? Yes. Just before the drop-off. So let's see if we can charge it here, because we're under half. So this will be a big test if we can find a charge station. I don't see anything in here either. Nope, no charge station so far. Nothing at the back. Nope. So again, if we were down at basically, empty as far as charge goes, we'd be in trouble. There's nothing here. Now again, I don't know if they plan on giving you the ability to plan your electric stops. And actually, now there's
Keep
a thought.
right. And then turn right.
Is there anything in there? I'm going to go and buy this garage, because hopefully by buying a garage I'll be able to charge it at the garage. I'm not going to go through that. Do this and upgrade it to large. So we've got everything, just so it's fair. Okay, let's go for a spin around this garage and see if we've got a charge station. Now we should have fuel here. Doesn't look like we've got fuel at this station. Oh, it might be because it's a modded map. But we don't even have fuel here by the looks of it. Nope, we don't. Oh, it's not good. Okay. Mute point. This garage isn't set up for it properly. Sorry about that. Anyway, okay. Still, proves the point. You've got to hunt for places to recharge.
Turn right.
Wonder if there's one here. Nope.
It was a nice ride.
You think a Walmart would have charge station? Don't they have them in the States? All the Walmarts? Anyway, all right. Let's get the drop-off done. And there's that vacuum cleaner sound. Okay. What's the head tracker? Reverse. Did it go in reverse? No, it didn't. Now that's the other problem. You got to make sure your gears are working on it. Turn that off. You can see the acceleration when it's quite quick. You've got to be careful. It can get away with you because of the or away from you because of the acceleration. That'll do. That's good enough. All right. So, yes, let's have a quick look at the excellent. Thank you. Let's have a quick look at the specs. I'll drag this over and show you where I got it from. Okay, so the VNR Electric offers an operating range of up to 275 miles, right? 440 kilometers on a single charge. The maximum range is available in 6x2, 6x4 configurations equipped with 565 kilowatt hour 6 battery pack. So that's a 6 battery pack, but I'm guessing the one that is in game is a 4 battery pack because of the distances that you can get in game. But anyway, 6 battery pack, blah, 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 blah. Does it tell us what horsepower that makes it up to be? Anyway, there's the proof. 90 minutes using a 250 kilowatt to 80%. So I'm not exaggerating. That's exactly what it says. Okay. And then you have the VNL. Let's bring that over. VNL, right? Range of 1,500 to 2,500, depending, again, on the fuel tank capacity. You can get a 200 and a 300, I think it is. Yeah, there we go. 200, 300 gallon tanks in total. Okay. So I went halfway between and said 250 to make it fair, which is roughly, if you average the 2 out is what it would be. You have, again, of course, you can put in different engine capacities in a diesel truck to make up different configurations. But anyway, it gives you fuel economy and all that stuff here. But even so, if you worked it out, I went anywhere between those two, which was 2,000. So 2,000 miles, you only have to fill the tank up once. And I went for 200. Actually, I went for 300. Yeah, I did. I went for the 300 gallon tank, which cost me $1,600. So you would, in actual fact, get a roughly 2,500 miles. So I was more conservative and said 2,000 miles, and then worked out what it would take you on the charging or the mileage that you can get, and divided that by, or divided 2,000 by that, which gave me 8 times that you'd have to recharge. So if I was recharging it 8 times, it would take 90 minutes per recharge to get the same distance. So I'm talking from, if you started as a nearly flat battery, you'd have to recharge when you started, then a further 7 times before you got there, if you get what I mean. Just like you would with an empty truck. So, yeah, to me, way, way, way out of any possibility that you'd want to do long haul with it. And therefore, big pass. Not only is it a big pass as far as that's concerned. What's going on here? Didn't want to do it, eh? There we go. Yeah, but sound, nah. In-cab's okay. Like I said, the in-cab's quite good. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. And if you think I'm totally wrong, tell me. If you think I'm totally right, tell me. If you think I'm somewhere between, the same thing. Let me know your thoughts, because I really would like to have a conversation on it, because I'm trying to like electric trucks, because I know they're the way of the future, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. But I love my diesel. I love the smell of it. I love the grunginess of a diesel motor. That's probably because I used to be a mechanic and I used to work on them, so I just love the muscle that you get from the diesel, the torque. Oh, that's what we're going to do. We're going to see what torque it is. Maybe another video. Anyway, okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, again, subscribe, thumbs up, share it with a friend if you can. It really does help me out, and I really would appreciate it. So hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.